All right, today is July 2nd, 2017. Welcome to another episode of Trading the Price, a video series on trade setup for stock, future, and ETF. Okay, in this video, we're going to follow up on the stock that we've been talking about in the last few episodes of Trading the Price, and also the two editions that we've been watching. And the stocks that we're going to be covering in this video are Apple, Facebook, Alibaba, Tesla, NVDA, Snap, and Under Armour. Okay, so let's start off with Apple, and let's start off with the monthly chart since we just had a monthly close end of June, and also the first half of 2017 is came to an end on last Friday on the trading time span. So if we take a look at Apple on a monthly chart here, we see these two candles here, and this is basically like a tweezer top candle. And if we add these two candles together, the equivalent is you get a basically a shooting star with a a red body here, right? So that's pretty negative. If you place that with that the last 2 months, okay. Although it seems like it's still could be coming up to this upward trend line here, okay. But if we take a look at the weekly chart here, on the weekly, we also see that there is a outside bar last week. Although it closed, it closed down, and so on this outside bar here, seems to be holding this 142. And if we take a look at on the daily chart here, again on the daily chart we had a inside bar, spinning top, small spinning top, more like an NR7 type of candle here, okay. And I did have a projected 145 pin. As you can see, it went to that price on Friday almost, and went high was 145, 144.96. So these numbers based on 1 day old open interest, so we don't know what the intraday, the real-time open interest is. So there must be some option close out during the day or something. So it actually pinned at 144, so instead of 145. But you can see the price action there, and on the daily basis, it's sitting near this trend line here. Okay, try to hold this trend line. So for the coming week, we're basically looking at this weekly range here. If it come above this last week's high, then essentially we see this thing come back up and put a newer high. That's provided it doesn't come down and take out the weekly low. So if it come down to the weekly low, take out the weekly low, then we essentially we got a lower low. Then we'd be looking at this 137 as a next level that is going to come and test. But if it come up here, then got to see can it get above this 149.71 area here. So essentially, if it come up, right, then essentially we got a higher high, right. So this is just a slightly higher low, right. So basically taking this type of a pattern here. But if it come down, right, or get below this, then we essentially got a lower low here and a lower high, right. So then we basically we could look at this coming down here, maybe find some support here and come back. So you can see then we basically have a lower low, lower high type of trend, okay. So that's essentially what I'm looking at. And then on Facebook, let's take a look at on the monthly for Facebook. Facebook got a spinning top doji, although it finished a bit negative. So still fairly neutral. And then on the weekly chart, we see that it did put in a outside week here. Okay, although it did tag a new all-time high, but it closed down for the week, and it came down and tested this upper channel trend line. Okay, and on the daily price, we see that it has a inside day with a negative close. Okay, so there's some trap short here, so it might get a little bounce here, we need to see what next week will do. If we could take out the previous week high, which is here, is the all-time high, then we could see a new all-time high and a continuation of a higher high, higher low, and this intermediate uptrend and also the long-term uptrend remain intact. But if it come down and take out the previous week low, it will basically be looking at the possibility of coming down to this 144.42. So again, we're essentially looking at this. If it come up here, then essentially put in a higher high. Okay, so but if it come down, take out this low, and essentially we want to see could it hold above this low, right? Then we want to see, maybe something like this, essentially coming down to form a lower low here, right? Then we have lower low and maybe a lower high, unless it could just reverse back up here. Okay, so those are the numbers and some of the level that we want to keep an eye on for Facebook next week. And here on Alibaba, if we take a look at the monthly candle for Alibaba, it's quite strong. It finished near the at the upper 2/3, okay, of the candle. Right, although it's got a low wick, maybe just kind of tell us a little bit of a exhaust buying up here, and we could see a little bit more pullback. Okay, and on the weekly basis, you can see on the weekly is one time framing up, although we got a negative close last week, but it's still trying to move back up to test the all-time high. Okay. And if we look at the daily chart here show that we have an inside bar with just a slight tad positive close, so probably just call it unchanged, right? And there is the possibility of making a lower low and a lower high. Then if that's the case, then we'll be looking for this thing to come down, fill this gap. So again, essentially we're looking for if this thing could, for next week range, that's basically these level here. If this thing could come up and take out last week's high, then we basically have a higher high, higher low type of formation, and it could come up and try to take out this high, this all-time high. Okay, but if it come down, right, this weekly low, and take out this low here, okay, then we get a see any kind of bounce here. Then essentially we have a a lower low, then whatever high it is, it'd be a lower high, right? Because we also got the lower high already and now lower low. Then essentially we have this downtrend, and it could be coming down and fill this gap here on the daily chart. Okay. And the next one is Tesla. I haven't heard or seen the tweak on what the Elon Musk mentioned about the Model 3 yet, so I don't know what influence it might have. So right now we're just basically looking at the price action that we have right now on Tesla, the monthly, a fairly neutral, although it closed on a month with a positive, and it did make a new high, but again, it seems to close at the lower half. So there's a lot of long got trapped up here. Okay, so but the this trend here, if you call this a trend, is still pretty much intact until something come down. I mean, this could be a blowout candle here on a monthly basis. If we get a candle that might just come down, right, continue to come down here, something with a little bit of a red candle and it close out here, then it could form a sort of a evening star. Then we might see a little bit of a pullback, okay, into this area here. But for now, all right, if we take a look at the weekly, okay, the weekly almost, I believe, almost an outside day, right? So just I think a few penny short of getting above the previous week high. But you can see it's a fairly negative candle here, right? And wouldn't be surprised to see it come down and continue to test this 350 here, right? So again, next week the last week's range will be the key. If it dip below the week's low, then essentially we come down to 350 and maybe get down to this 334, or if it get up above the previous week, last week high, then we're basically looking for a new high. So let's go and take a look on the daily here. Right, on the daily chart here, got an inside day, closed slightly up on Friday, but again, you can see that it seems like it want to work itself lower here to this 350. You can see this. We got a low dead cat bounce here on the midweek. Right, the market sort of got a low dead cat bounce, but other than that, you can see it's pretty much on a one-time framing down. So again, basically looking for the weekly range, right, 350.62 and this 387 area. Okay, so that would be the up and down level to watch. Okay, if it break the 350, then we'll probably keep an eye on 334. Right, so let's take a look at Snap. Okay, we got Snap here. Very ugly monthly chart here. It's only a 4-month, basically a 4-month-old sort of stock here, right? It came IPO back in March, and you can see that it put in a new low last month, and it's basically went down to the $17, which is the original issuing price, the IPO issuing price. So there seems to be some support there, and got to bounce back up. But again, things are still not looking that positive yet. Okay, so if we take a look on the weekly is showing a little bit of a sign of maybe stabilizing here. It got a little bit of a positive doji candle inside week on last week, and it is holding above that 17 level, right? Okay, it came down, tested, and held it. So we'll be looking to see, can it get above this engulfing weak candle here, right? This 1834 level, and hold above the 17 for some sort of a move back up, and maybe work itself up to this. I have this declining price channel here, so maybe that could work itself back up there. See, so you can see that it is making a coiling in a little bit of a higher low, right, and a higher high type of pattern here. Okay, so if it could break about this 1834, take out this this high on this candle here, this engulfing candle, then basically see, can it come up and fill this gap here, right, somewhere around this 22 mid 22 level. Okay, and then finally is the Under Armour. Looking at the Under Armour on the monthly chart, again you can see that been on a decline, and I believe this is 1, 2, 3. Well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you got 7 consecutive declining month, and then we got a little bit of a bounce and a continuation with another month. But this might be a double bottom here for this monthly chart here. So, last month it did close up for the month with a little bit of a candle, a little wick up here, a little bit longer than preferred, because this is like almost 1/2 of the. So let's go and take a look at the the weekly chart here. Okay, you can see that there is this training band that we've been talking about, right? And it seems to be finding a bottom here, and book to the band and then pull back, the top of the band and then pull back. Right now it seems like it's trying to break again. All right, so if we take a look on the daily chart, right, the daily chart here, so you can see this trading band, right? It seems like it's just kind of hovering here. And then last time when it booked and held the support here, right, it broke this band here and then it pulled back, and then found some support based on this area of support here, and also the trend line, right? And then now we're getting a little bounce here. So we're going to see, can it take out this upper band again and try to make it above this pivot high? And if it could, then essentially it is a continuation of a higher low and then a higher high with a breakout of this trading band, and then we're probably looking for a possible fill of this gap here. Okay, so that's basically what we're watching for the coming week, and so good luck on your trading. It's going to be a short week. Tomorrow will be a short day. So if you like this video, please click the thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube video channel, please subscribe and you get notification on all future video upload or the future video that I'll be doing on YouTube. Okay, good luck on your trading.